Hello, it's Daz. 2024 has been an interesting year for celestial signs as far as the solar eclipse that occurred in early April, and then over a month later we had the northern lights visible practically everywhere in the world for 3 nights. Where I was, I didn't really get a good glimpse, but there were people I lived around who did, and it's crazy to me how low the northern lights were. And then, of course, there's a counterpart in the South Pole in the Arctic region near Antarctica. And I guess those lights were visible as well. They said it was one of the largest geomagnetic storms in the last 20 years, and there were concerns about it affecting communications, solar flares, and charged particles remaining, because solar flares are from the sun, and they're coronal mass ejections that shoot off of it. And then because the Earth is surrounded by electromagnetic fields, whenever those solar flares hit the Earth, it looks like what we call the aurora borealis, or the northern lights. And in the northern and southern poles is where people usually see them, although they've been more visible lower and lower. Like, they were visible in Mexico and Florida, and it's crazy. People were getting pictures all over the world. To me, this is a sign that we could be experiencing a pole shift. I know it's considered pseudo-scientific, but I do believe that our poles are shifting to some degree, and that could lead to mass weather changes, such as these crazy tornadoes that have been ripping through the Midwest. So I have family in Kansas City and in Omaha. It's crazy how there were tornado warnings at KC, and I think one touched down not too far from my residence. I was out of town at the time, and then in Omaha, Nebraska, where I was born and spent my early years, there was a tornado that ripped through there. And of course, Tornado Alley has been shifting further to the southeast as well. So now you're seeing southern states also experience a lot of this crazy weather as well. And then it's, to me, a sign whenever we see signs in the heavens. But other front, I've noticed that they've said that Gen Z is canceling celebrities, which is fascinating. So Gen Z is the generation right after millennials. It's debatable where it starts. Some say 95, some say 97. But, like, I'm born in 94, so I'm a millennial. But Gen Z and then Gen Alphas after them, I believe they start in 2012, and they go up to the current children being born today. Next generation is Gen Beta, and then the generation before millennials was Gen X, and before that, boomers. With that being said, Gen Z canceling celebrities en masse in something they call the digitine, or like a block gate. So the Met Gala that happened not too long ago, the theme was a garden in time, and it was this idea that, like, plants and flowers, that it doesn't last forever. And so one of the influencers invited, never heard of her, I think her name was like Haley Bailey or something like that. She dressed up like Marie Antoinette, and she said, "Let them eat cake." And when she said that, they got really upset, and I guess they paired scenes from the Met Gala, which the Met Gala styles over the last few years have always been really gaudy and strange. They paired it with the scenes from the children in Rafah, because I guess at the same time the IDF was moving in on the Palestinians in Rafah after they said they would not, and they were making it seem like it was like the Hunger Games, and it was eerie, the similarities that they pointed out between it. So Gen Z is upset at these celebrities who are paying $75,000 for a ticket for an exclusive event, when they could be spreading awareness about not just this whole Palestine situation, the Congo, and other genocides and injustices. The fact that you have Americans out here who are experiencing homelessness, food insecurity, struggling to pay back their student loans after they were being promised those would get canceled, and inflation's at an all-time high. It just seems very out of touch. So it's interesting to see people upset about all of this, and then we have our celestial events occurring simultaneously around all of these events. So it is fascinating, all of this. I just wanted to share what was going on with that, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care. God bless. Until next time.